Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, and we're back with another episode of Settlement Survival. I hope we're having a fantastic and amazing day today. We got a lot of things to check out here. I got caravans coming in. We got lots of puppies to distribute. We got some new seeds. We got 4 tech points to distribute. We got all sorts of things to look at. So what I want to do mostly in this episode is set up some more processing stuff, better foods and all that type of thing. But before we do any of that, I have to show you. Finally got the Chichen Itza on the way. It's got the brick, it's got the cut stone, it's well on the way. So we will have to get rid of these cemeteries. I'm so excited to do so. It's gonna be very, very nice. An absurd amount of laborers right now, almost 100. Do our little faction rep here. Here's our boy Carlos. We need about 550 or so more reputation before we're maxed out. So maybe not quite right now with our caravans coming in, but soon. We got the seeds trade. Chichen Itza, I just mentioned that. And then the Great Temple and Middle Rich are on the way. Don't care so much about the Great Temple because it sacrifices your citizens for happiness and it's not great. And then we have Mineral Rich. Increases the output of silver and products from Gold Miner by 100, which is kind of irrelevant at this point for us because we don't have any silver or gold. We haven't even visited Rania yet. Totally do that. There's gems in here. It would be a really nice thing to get. Exquisite swords are great. Better trade. And then, of course, we got Lorenzo at level 2 and Yao at level 3. Yes, Carlo needs a little bit more work. So we got 2 seeds, though. Let's go ahead and pause this for now. I'll show you what we got going on. Let's go ahead and set up for Rania. And we'll go ahead and buy insurance. And we'll do a bunch of selling. So, porcelain, remember in the last episode at the end, we had 2 caravans that went out. Those are those 2 caravans that just got back. What I ended up doing is I went into the caravan and canceled it. And then we were able to get the 1 caravan that was calling for porcelain all figured out. So we have 732 ready to go right now. Let's go ahead and set that up. And we have tons and tons of hardwood tools. So let's go ahead and put in 1,100 hardwood tools here to sell those. 1,800, 1,800. We'll have lots of coins coming in here. And since we are pretty low right now on coins, we're just going to go ahead and sell. We won't buy anything. But Rania will be getting a good amount of reputation for all that coins coming in. So over here, we are working on upgrades like crazy with lots of luxury houses going in, and I'm trying to get both puppies and cats in each one of these luxury houses. So right now we have a handful checked off that we have puppies in, and only a few that have cats and puppies in there. And then over here we have a senior house, 2 senior houses, both with dogs, both at 36 occupants, lots of people living over in there. So we got all that happening. We're building new luxury houses. We're upgrading all of our old houses to luxury houses over in here. And I want to do that with everything here. And then I want to move to this one, do the same. Then move to this one, do the same. This neighborhood, do the same. So kind of rinse and repeat over and over again. I would like to get everybody into luxury houses. I think that'd be cool. Over in here, we have 4 more dense farms. We got chili seeds and potatoes and wheat seeds. So the wheat seeds are something I would like to process further, why I planted them. And then, of course, we have our chili seeds here. Because of our outdoor kitchen, I wanted to get to spicy cocoa, but we need cocoa beans as well. So let's go see what we got for seeds. Up in our collection, we have corn and cocoa seeds. So we're going to have to get a couple of farms going so we can start getting some of these guys. So what I would like to do, we got potatoes here. We don't really need potatoes. So I think what we'll do instead, we'll swap to corn. But look at this, 29 per grid. That's even better than our rice seeds. So at this point, I think we want to swap all of our farms to corn. So all the rice ones, I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to swap those to corn. Okay, we got most of them swapped over to corn. For variety's sake, I'm going to leave a little bit of rice over here, but we have mostly corn going on. And then we'll go back over to our little outdoor kitchen, and then let's go ahead and set up for tacos. We don't have any corn ready yet, so we can't make any tacos, so we'll just get it queued up, and we'll go ahead and get a worker ready for it. Since we have 115 laborers, for Pete's sake, crazy. Okay, so we got that happening. Chichen Itza, good to go. Such a great building. This is probably my favorite building in the game, because then you can do this. Knock those guys out of there. Okay, so once those get demoed, these are going to fit, looks like, just perfectly in here for 4 more dense farms. We're going to go ahead and do that, and we'll probably put corn in there. We're doing really great for food with these 4 in here. So let's go ahead and look at our production graph. Speaking of food, yes, we are in the green. Decent amount. So we're going to go ahead and extend that a little bit. It'd be awesome, especially with going with corn now. Once we go to corn, we'll be able to output much more overall goods. Okay, so those are all set up. Okay, I'm going to work on getting rid of these standard farms out of here. We're going to go ahead and replace those dense farms as well. I did notice that we are hurting on housing a little bit again. So we have a whole new neighborhood up over in here. All the basic things are there. Apparently we need some luxury bedding, so we get that worked out. But we got our senior housing. Let's go ahead and get a puppy in there. 36 more occupants in this one. Senior housing are filling up very, very quickly. So these right now are all luxury houses. Kind of hard to see. I would like to also put cats all up in here as well. So we'll work on that stuff kind of continuously. And then we do have our obsidian mine up and running. This was from the last episode as well. And we have 23 obsidian. So this whole little area, kind of see here, these little dark spots, those are obsidian roads coming in. So we will work to replace all of our cutstone roads with obsidian. And then we'll be able to save some of our stone that we are pulling from the quarries. We've been using a lot of stone for a long time because we've been using the cut stone. And then with the obsidian, will be even better, faster travel times. It'll be a better road to have. It'll be a good thing to set up. Okay, so we got all of our corn going in here. Let's go ahead and check out our technology. So up in here with technologies, we've got almost 5 points. Let's go ahead and go to processing. This is what I want to do the most of this episode. So we got some grains. I would like to process those grains into malt specifically. And that's going to go for the winery that we have so that we can make some whiskeys. So that's kind of why I wanted to go to the mill. So let's grab mill. And while we're at it, let's also go bread shop. We are also going to be able to get the butter shop with this as well. And then we're going to have to find some cows. And then if we go to agriculture, we have 4 technologies we need to get in order to get to corrals. And corrals are horses and donkeys. Only spot you can raise those guys is in the corral. I had a merchant ship come by and I didn't have corrals and didn't have the tech points to get it, so I had to let them go. But I think moving towards corrals would be good because then we go to logistics, and in 2 steps we can get to animal power. So in, you know, five or six technology points, we can be all the way up to 500 plus carry weight. So really, really powerful, I think. So let's go ahead and we'll learn these 3 technologies: the fodder, the eco pasture, and the animal slaughter. Animal slaughter is going to increase the output of products other than meat, fat, by slaughtered animals by 100%. Double it. Really good. Let's go ahead and set up some of this processing stuff, the mill and the bread shop. So kind of where these farms were as what I'm thinking about for our bread shops. So let's go ahead and plop one of these guys down right in here. We'll be able to create that, but look at this. So if we click on this, we have a couple more spaces for some more housing. So I do want to get in a couple more luxury houses over in here. That's what we're going to use up this space. Not exactly what I wanted to do over here, but I think it'll work just fine. Of course, we'll grab our obsidian road, tie it all in. And then we are also going to probably need more than 1 bread shop, but we'll start with just the 1 for now. And the butter shop as well. We'll go ahead and get one of these guys started up. We don't have the proper critters for this just yet, so we'll get it placed. And then we'll get it built up, but we'll just turn it off and we'll be ready for when we get to that point. So we also had a bunch of reservoirs down here. They are up and operational. What I did is I went through and I took out from our wells everybody that had 2 workers. So I wanted to see how our beverages would land, and as you can see, we are still in deficit. So I'm going to go ahead and come back through here. We're going to add a couple more workers back into our wells. Again, since we're doing so incredible with the number of workers we have, I'm just going to go ahead and fill these up, I think. We're going to have an ample source of water, but as we continue to use water for other processes, such as coffee, which we are doing nowadays, because we have this dense orchard growing coffee, and then we got our tea shop making coffees. We're using water for that, so we need more water coming in. So we got that set up. This is going to, of course, be better thirst and a little bit of health even for this, and yeah, granting a health bonus. 104 health right now, so we're doing really great with that. And then over in here, they did change the UI again a little bit. So if you notice, this is a little book with a little sun there on it. And this number is no longer city stress, it's showing the fertility rate. It's just inverse, so 27 minus 173. So we're still continuously working on lowering that stress as much as possible. We have the building buffs, we got technologies in there, and we're trying to use those puppies to reduce the stress of people in luxury buildings. We have even more immigrants on the way. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all these immigrants, really. We need to get some more housing, which we're working on. And I feel like we're doing really great with just about everything. Stone and iron isn't that critical right now. Maybe I'll go through and make sure that we have the goods to upgrade all of our mines. This one's good to go. Let's go ahead and do it. We're doing fantastic right now. I'm really happy with our situation. Let's go check out Rania here. We did get level 1.5 from a little bit of trading that we did. So date seeds, date sugar, and then this drink here. So we need to get to level 3. That's what really matters. But we have to set up another trading post. I think we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. All right, we got that set up. 14,000 coins coming in, selling some hardwood tools and some more porcelain. Not buying anything. And then we've got our bread shop here good to go. Let's see what we have going on. So flour, which we don't have anything of yet. Then there's flour, and then there's flour again, in here, and then in here. We need to get some mills happening. So if we come down over into here, we can search for mills. And then here we go, we got our mill. This is going to grind wheat or oats into flour or malt. And using the bread shop and winery. So this guy is also going to provide us with a buff. But the buff is going to matter to critters in pastures. So we're going to go ahead and try and find a good spot for this thing that can help out for those critters. And we got an okay spot right here. Go ahead and plop that guy down. Probably going to use more than one of these mills. So we'll put one there. And I probably don't really have a great spot for any other mills over in here. We could flatten this out a little bit. Maybe that's what we'll do. Terraform that. That looks okay, I guess. Let's go ahead and find our mill again. Okay, great. And then let's go ahead and we'll plop that down right there. And then that's going to buff those a little bit. And then finally, we have 2 more down over in here. We should be able to reach that. Great. Okay, so 3 mills coming in. We just need the source for them now. So the wheat or the oats or whatever. So we do have a couple of farms growing the wheat seeds. Currently at 42 wheat. Not very good. We probably want to update something so that we get a little bit more wheat coming. Because we're going to be using a lot of it, I think. So we'll go ahead and we'll change that. Put that at wheat. Bread shop, you're just kind of hanging out for now. Let's go ahead and make this ceremonial bread. Because we can use the ceremonial bread in the church. So we're going to go ahead and create that. Let's go ahead and plop another bread workshop down. I want to use one of these for ceremonial bread, one for peasant bread, and then maybe even we get some jams or something like that. So that's the mill and the bread shop. So we need one more point until we can get to the corrals, which would be really good. I think what we do while we're waiting for that, maybe we do an order for critters here. So we have 20,000 coins. That might not be enough. Let's see. So what we could do is if we ordered a horse, that's going to be 45,000 coins. Donkeys are 45,000 coins. And then cows for butter, that's going to be 22,000. So we don't quite have enough money to order a critter yet. But that's okay because we need a little bit more time to set up the corrals. And we could even do a couple more pastures if we decide to get cows. So we'll just continue to sell goods, continue to work on our rep with Rania, keep growing that way, and we'll be able to work on her stuff. So here's our mill, good to go. We've got Allison working in there, and then we're going to need flour. So we're going to be calling for wheat or oats. Then the malt here is wheat or oats. And then Tofu's looking for soybeans. We're going to go ahead and set that up to flour. We have another one ready, it looks like. Go ahead and do the same up here. So because we were working on that tree to get to corrals, we also unlocked the fodder factory. So this is kind of a cool thing. You can process corn and beans into fodder. So let's also put one of these guys down. We are going to be able to utilize this for all sorts of things that we got around here. Lots of pastures. The corrals, of course, will be utilizing that. So let's go ahead. We'll put one of those in there, and we'll be able to take advantage of it hopefully here. So we'll go ahead and wait till it gets built up, of course. Check that out. Senior mine, good to go. Let's take a quick look at our goods here. Looks like we're going to need a little bit more coal. So let's go ahead and do that. And I think we got our immigrants here. Yeah, so we have 27 citizens right now without a home. We got to figure that out. Here's Mark working on this. Let's go ahead and go for peasant bread. Then we have those set up. Currently waiting for resources, of course. So they're just going to be hanging out for a little while. So what I think we'll do is we'll come up over in here. I got to put in some more houses up here. I'll probably do 1 or 2 more senior housing. And I'll bring back in just a moment. Okay, we got quite a few luxury homes set up over in there, as well as another senior house. So we need a lot of glass. It looks like glass is still a problem for us, so we can totally set something up to deal with that. Let's go ahead and come down over in here and look at our sand pit. I just want to see what our stocks are. So click sand. Yeah, we're doing okay. So we could absolutely put in another kiln. We can do that over here. We got our kilns right there. Let's go ahead and grab some of those guys. I think what we'll do is just kind of go pathway look like that. And I think we are going to double up on these. And we'll do both these glass. kind of the thing that we're looking for the most. We set up lots of bricks, so we knew that we were going to need a lot of bricks, and we're getting to the point now where we're needing a fast also. So we'll get that happening. We'll keep our eye on our sand and make sure that we are keeping up with the demand on that. And since we went through and added in all those extra workers to all those wells, looks like we got our beverages figured out pretty well here. Go ahead and swap this to beverages. And we're still in the green, but we could use a little bit more. Let's keep our eyes on it and adjust it as needed. We're crushing it for food, it looks like, but our stocks aren't super great. So I think we're going to go ahead and do another little bundle of dense farms. I think that would be a good thing to do. And we have this little area down over in here. I was kind of thinking that we would use this for further expanding our dense forest farms or maybe our orchards. So maybe we do a little bit of everything. So let's go ahead and go like this. Then we'll do another one of these guys. So it looks like we got a little spot we got to flatten out over there. All right, there's our forest farm. And then let's go ahead and grab a couple of our dense farms. So I would like to do these guys because we will grow some more corn. And we should be able to handle all of that demand. We're looking great for all of our foodstuffs. I mean, that graph showed that we were looking good, but I want the numbers to reflect that we're doing well as well. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to run a road in here. And I think what we'll go ahead and do, we'll put a transfer station in. It looks like this one doesn't quite reach. Put it down right there. And I think what we'll do is go ahead and do another little warehouse. And we should be able to kind of work our way like that. Let's do a bunch of these warehouses kind of to fill in this space, since we can't really fit another farm in there. All right, that's all set up. It's going to look great. And it'll be a great thing to do with all of our workers right now. Almost 200 laborers. Yeah, we got to do something with them. So hopefully we have enough bamboo here. This is the only bamboo farm that we have, and it seems to be producing enough bamboo for us. Great. So we got to use a little bit up over in here, but we'll be able to do that, no problem. Over on this side, we should be able to fill in a couple more houses down here on the south side. That'll be great. So what I'd like to do. How much wood we have? Holy cow, 10,000. I think we have a new administrator. Yes, 2 of them. So let's go ahead and reappoint this person. And then let's go ahead and change this person. I reappointed the citizens procreation just to kind of keep our numbers up a little bit more. Let's go with duration of tools, clothes, and backpacks. I think that'll be a good one. Great. And then let's not accept any more immigrants for a little while. Let's just make sure that we can handle who we got right now. 171 people as laborers is just an incredible amount. We got to make sure that we have the goods to deal with who we have before we continue to expand. Okay, and it looks like we have enough technology points for our corral. Let's go ahead and get a corral started up here. Grab this, and we need to have, of course, some horses. So we got to find some of those, a horse course. So here's our corrals. Maybe we'll use up this space over in here, since this isn't really going to work for any more of our farm. Let's go ahead and we'll put a corral down, and it looks like we hit another reputation level with Rania, which is great. And then let's go for these 3 corrals here, and I'm going to do 3 more on the other side. We're going to get a little bit more animal action happening here. Again, we'll come back to that once we get these all built up, and then we'll set them up and get some critters happening. Then we're going to have to order a horse or not. And then let's go ahead and come up over in here, check out our faction, level 2. Yep, mosque, Persian tapestry. And then let's go ahead and set up another caravan. So I think with those guys all set up and ready to go, these things are getting built up. I think this will be a great spot to call this episode. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you on the next episode of Settlement Survival. Have a fantastic and amazing rest of your evening, day, or night.